Hello, I'm Yaretzi, and I'm going to be reading Treasury of Greek Mythology. This chapter is about Gaia, Mother Earth, and that's the picture in there. How do you get something from nothing? Not easily, it would seem. From empty chaos, somehow sea and earth and air appeared. They drifted around, pieces of each getting lost in the other. No water was swimmable, no land was walkable, no gas was breathable. Anything hot could quickly turn cold. Anything cold could burst into flames. Shapes shifted, textures shifted. Objects merged one into the other effortlessly, then suddenly slam, one or both turned inexplicably hard. What was heavy became weightless. What was weightless crashed through the earth and sea and air, shattering and scattering bits of everything and nothing. Rules of nature? They didn't operate. Indeed, there was no nature. There was nothing reliable in this turmoil except lack of order and the lack of essence of need. Out of the original need came the mother force. Gaia, all of her own need can do that. Gaia sucked up heat and stored it in her heart. She wrapped herself around and round with anything solid she could reach. Growing firmer with each layering, she pulled together her glassy sands, lifting them grain by grain, free of air, to form deserts, free of water, to form beaches. She pushed together gigantic plates of rock until her mountains rose high, so far from her scalding heart that snow settled on their peaks. As Gaia disentangled herself from the waters and the grasses, the seas fell together in giant puddles. The heavens arched over it all. In this way, the emergence of Gaia led to both the wholeness of the seas, called Pontus, and the wholeness of the heavens, called Uranus. But Gaia was generous, as a mother should be. She opened her veins so water could rush through rivers and creeks and pool together in large, low lakes and small hidden ponds. She yielded them here and there to the gases, allowing crevices to cradle them. One in particular was huge and gaping, the waiting hole for the dead. But at this point, she didn't know that. She knew things only as they happened, like a child encountering everything for the first time. She created the hole almost as though she understood instinctually all the gain and loss that would follow from her generosity. The seas learned from Gaia and welcomed islands. The skies learned from Gaia and welcomed stars. And then the seas and skies went further and worked together to cycle water from the salty seas to the skies, then fresh and sweet to the lands, who returned it once more to the seas. But Gaia was not the only child of the enormous original need. There were two others. One was Tartarus, the underworld, and the other was Eros, the god of love. Then chaos gave a giant yawn, and out flowed the total darkness of night as well as Erebus. Erebus, like Gaia, was a place as well as a force seeking to fill crannies. Erebus settled into the hole for the dead and became the upper part of the underworld. Eros was beautiful, but not ordinarily beautiful. Eros's beauty made the others quiver. It made the dream of being enveloped in warm caresses, of getting drunk on thick, creamy honey, of swooning from ambrosia, of whirling to tinkling music, of being dazzled by sparkles in this lightless world. So night and Erebus fell in love, and night gave birth to day, and with light in the lushness of fresh and salty water and an expansiveness of air, life on earth began. Grasses and vines wound their way around the globe. Bushes gently bloomed. Gaia watched night and Erebus with envy. She felt so alone. She was the cause of all this wonder, yet none of it satisfied her. She was hungry, longing, needy, and so she turned to the heavens and the seas, Uranus and Pontus. She loved them both, of course, but Uranus seemed soothing, while Pontus seemed raging, so she chose Uranus as her husband. And the next chapter will be about Uranus.